I was addicted to porn and it almost ruined my life. I got hooked on porn after I got handed the iPhone at 15. I could never make it more than a few days without watching. And in fact, it got so bad that I'd be watching porn while I was at work, while I was traveling at the airport, and even while I was driving sometimes. And I would always tell myself, this is going to be the last time. But that process of saying this is going to be the last time lasted for 15 years. And I really felt like I had no control over this thing. And what was crazy about all this is on the outside, my life was looking really good. I had a high paying job, I did a TEDx talk, I was married, and I was traveling around to all these fun places. But no matter how much success I achieved in my work or in my personal life, I felt broken and empty inside, and I would go to porn to try to heal that pain. But the problem was that porn wasn't helping me because I couldn't focus on work. And anytime I got a stressful email or a call, I would run to the bathroom to go jerk off. And soon I started to lust after every woman that I saw, and they just became objects to me with no feelings or emotion. They were just there for sex. I was experiencing ED, and it got so bad that I couldn't even have sex on my own wedding night. I was always angry and screaming at my coworkers and my loved ones, and I was constantly paranoid that someone was going to find my phone and my search history was going to get out. Things got so bad I just became incredibly depressed, and I knew that I was on the path to destroying my life. I knew I needed to quit, but it seemed like everything that I tried just didn't work for me. First, I thought, I just need more willpower, then I can overcome this. But that strategy never worked because the temptation was just too strong each time. Then I said, I'll get married, but that didn't work either. And then I tried a bunch of different apps, but those would only work for a couple of days at most. But when I was finally at the end of my rope, I sat down and I said, if you're truly going to overcome this, you have to do something different than what you've been doing in the past. And so I realized I had to do three things. First, I had to admit I had a problem that needed to be dealt with. Second, I knew I needed to ask for help from a loved one or someone who was close to me. And for me, that was my wife. Third, I knew we needed to come up with a plan on how we were going to overcome this. So once I did that, we went to work on reading and studying the science on how to break a porn addiction. And when we put this into practice, it wasn't easy and it took a lot of trial and error for us to figure out what actually worked. But after going through that process, we finally discovered a simple method to break the addiction. Now, once I was free from porn, I started to see my entire life transform and change for the better. My depression went away, and even the little things in life started to become incredibly enjoyable again. I no longer felt shameful and angry and anxious over this issue, and my ED was gone. And sex, which in the past felt more like a chore, became this incredible experience that was focused around love, connection, and intimacy. And now I get to be proud of the example I get to set for my sons. And I'm truly able to be present as a father and as a husband. And a surprising benefit of all of this is that I actually lost 40 pounds. No, really, 40 pounds. And after going through this process, my brain is rewired and I wasn't even craving it. Now, if any of this sounds familiar to you, know that you are not alone. 91% of men over 18 and 60% of women watch porn on a regular basis in the United States. But this isn't just a US problem, this is a global issue that's going on. It's so widespread because the porn industry has convinced the world that there's no reason to break this addiction because they say it doesn't cause any harm. But that couldn't be any further from the truth, because the truth is, the science is quite clear on the effects porn has on the brain, and it's causing more long-term damage than you realize. See, society has told you that you can never have freedom from this, and that it's what all men do. But I'm here to tell you that it is possible to quit, and it doesn't have to be something that you struggle with for the rest of your life. In fact, once I put this plan into place, the only thing that I kept thinking is, why didn't I do this sooner? Now, during the road of recovery and through our extensive research, my wife and I realized just how severely porn had been warping the minds of men all over the world, and it really started to weigh on our hearts. And it really made us wonder, how can such a large global addiction have so little support for those people who are struggling with this? I mean, we have programs for drug addiction, alcohol abuse, and gambling, but there seems to be little or no help for those who are struggling with watching porn. And so after a lot of thought and deliberation and prayer, we knew that this conviction was too strong for us just to sit on the sideline any longer. So we quit our jobs and started our nonprofit, Team Vulnerable, with the purpose of offering people an effective way to gain their freedom from porn use. And we did this by taking the exact plan that we painstakingly created and tweaked through trial and error and put it into a step-by-step program that anyone can follow to break this habit for good. Our program is different than anyone else's out there because you don't need to share your search history, and you don't need months or years to see drastic improvement from this. And third, and most importantly, you don't need to struggle with this for the rest of your life. Instead, our program will teach you how to choose the right teammate for you to walk through this process with, and we will educate that person on how to support you with love and not with shame. Second, we show you how to identify the root cause of this problem, so you no longer have those feelings of, I have to watch porn. And third, we help you build a lifestyle that is conducive for living a porn-free free life forever. However, we recognize that this program isn't going to be for everyone. So let's talk about who this program is not for. This program is not for you if you are not ready to make a commitment to break this habit, or you're not willing to be teachable, or if you just want to watch porn less. This is an all or nothing process. However, if you're feeling that you can't talk to anyone about this, or you can't be vulnerable with anyone, or if you feel like you're in too deep and you just can't get out, and if you feel like your lies have just gone so far that no one would ever want to help you through this, then know that this program is for you. Now, this doesn't mean that you're never going to have a bad thought or be tempted as you're working through this process, but that's why having this teammate on your side and learning from someone who knows exactly what you're going through is crucial for you gaining your freedom back. Now, if you're unsure if right now you should be taking those steps forward and doing this program, I would encourage you to sign up and check out the program, because if after 30 days you don't get any value out of it, or for some chance it doesn't work for you, we will give you your money back, no questions asked. Now, it takes a significant amount of resources to reach people with this message of hope that our nonprofit is built on, but we have worked hard to make these prices as low as possible, so that way everyone can get access to this. However, if for some reason price is still a barrier for you, please reach out to us at support@teamvulnerable.com and let us know, because we don't want anyone to not be able to have this opportunity because they can't afford it. However, if you are on the fence because you're just saying, I don't have the time to do this, or I have too much on my plate right now, I want you to consider this. Every day we give so much time to our hobbies, watching TV, or in your case, watching porn, and we spend so much money on things like eating out and coffee, but all of these things aren't improving our lives in any meaningful ways. What I'm offering you right now is a chance for you to be able to invest in yourself, a chance for you to make your life measurably better, and a change that will make the lives of yours and those around you so much better. Like the way that you interact with your spouse or significant other, the way you spend time with your kids and your friends, and even the way that you look at women. Let's take that first step together right now and start the process of recovery and building a better life for you. Don't waste another minute endlessly suffering from this issue with porn. Click the button, sign up for our course, and get started now.